Boruto Chapter 79 just came out, and I just have to say, this is such a interesting chapter with the way Kawaki and Eida have been moving along the storyline. It's so crazy to be how the script on Boruto changed so fast in just one chapter. Because when we see Kawaki, he's like trying to escape from everyone. Cause he's getting incredibly low on chakra. He cannot raise his chakra signature anymore, and it was just so wild to me. Like everyone just hunting for him, saying that like at this point, like Kawaki is guilty to the point where he can be tried and executed. And cause like they don't know where the fuck Naruto and Hinata is. They have no clue where they could be. They could be dead, and nobody would know that. And it's just so crazy to me seeing how someone like Miski. He actually pissed because he views Boruto as much more than just a comrade. He views him as his dying light, at this big light that give him inspiration. And so when he saw that Kawaki was trying to kill him not once but twice, he obviously is going on the hunt for this man. And it was just so interesting to me seeing how Sada also trying to help out Miski find where Kawaki is. And it was just so crazy to be seeing how where Kawaki, he's starting to get very desperate because as strong as Kawaki is, he's not gonna be able to last against all of Konoha. It just ain't no way. Yeah, I mean that's something that even someone like Eida says. And for Eida, she like the fact it was just so crazy to me. Like the fact that Eida went to the length that she did to actually protect Kawaki, even though Kawaki doesn't necessarily love her. I mean, they don't really have like a friendly relationship or anything. So it's just crazy to me how she went through all that effort just to make Kawaki happy. And Kawaki doesn't even thank her. Yeah, we don't really see any meaningful development between the two of them. And again, it was just everything just so crazy to me. How how Eida she's immediately goes to the rescue for Kawaki. And it's just funny with Damon. Damon, he obviously protective of his sister, but he obviously can't fly. And it was just so crazy to me when Eida actually does finally arrive. Kawaki kind of goes on this rant how he was saying that how he wished that Momoshiki wasn't in Boruto's body because Boruto is the Hokage's son, and when you talk about something like the Hokage's son, it's not an easy task to kill compared to a random nobody like Kawaki. Like he's an outsider. If someone kills him, there's not that much backlash. But if someone at Boruto dies, like everyone could be feeling the ripple effect of that. And it's just so interesting to me because I mean I can understand it because like if a scenario where like Boruto actually did die, now Konoha's not going to be able to recover that, especially Naruto if he actually ever does come back. Because Naruto actually does come back. I mean, because Naruto, like he has experienced so much horrible shit ever since him becoming Hokage. Like, yeah, the Momoshiki fight and the Shin Uchiha guy storyline, that was awesome, seeing how we see Sada be reunited with his father and Sada having a stronger bond with Sakura and Sasuke. Or when Momoshiki, how, he had a greater bond between him and Boruto after the Momoshiki fight. Like, those two separate instances are great, don't get me wrong, but after that point, it has been a series of tragic events following the Uzumaki household, with especially with starting with Kawaki. How with like Kawaki, he like after Kawaki, the presence of Momoshiki started to appear more often, and it kind of came to a point where Naruto started fighting with Sasuke about who was going to be the one to kill who's going to be the one to kill the Boruto. And Naruto actually had to live with the thought process of he might actually have to kill his own son. And it was just so crazy to me because like Naruto in this current time, he had not been in this position of feeling completely powerless, because that's what he is. He is completely powerless, and despite him being like the peak of his power or like a former peak out, or like he is still at the top of the shinobi world, but he still cannot do anything to avoid the situation because he obviously got sealed, and especially if he ever does come out after what happened, because when Ida actually felt so bad for Kawaki because Kawaki kept talking shit about himself, and he actually wished that he could find a way to save Konoha, save Naruto, and actually get rid of Momoshiki all for good without any drama or any backlash whatsoever. This somehow triggers a desire from Ida to do her best to grant that wish, and it was just so crazy. I like the little that little just godlike ability because it like you see the moon and then you see like it takes apparently it takes it like apparently like everyone in the world is affected by this presence of ability because it was just so crazy to me how like she just does it so casually, so easily, and it just baffles me that like everyone just their minds just got switched so quickly, and and I mean, except for Stardust, but someone like Stardust like seems to be the only one that isn't Boruto, Kawaki, and Ida. She seems to be the only one that isn't that isn't under that Jinjutsu or Shinjutsu rather, because it was just so fascinating how why exactly she's not affected, and my question is Tamir also that way? Because Tamir she also doesn't have any problem any problem with either charm ability. She seems to be completely unaffected by it, and I hope that's the case for Sasuke because if you told me someone like Sasuke actually managed to think that his former student, to think that his former student killed his best friend, like that would be so insane to me. And speaking of best friend, like bro, like the fact that Kawaki actually told Ida to tell them Boruto killed Naruto. Just like that easily. He threw him to the side that easily, that like without any remorse whatsoever. Like that is so insane to me. He's like now that he has the backup of Konoha, he is more willing than ever to kill Boruto. Cause after this, like there's no drawback. Now the only thing I will say is like it's kind of crazy that you'll say that Naruto's dead. But I'm guessing, like, say for this scenario that Boruto actually does die by Konoha. Now, if he releases Naruto from that prison, I can't imagine the shock. I can't imagine the disappointment, how frustrated he would be at seeing his own son dead, and he had literally no part and no role in being able to prevent this from happening whatsoever, and especially Hinata. Like, he slapped Kawaki just for even mentioning the fact. I can't even imagine if he actually, if she, what she was to do, if she actually saw it happen, saw the aftermath of it happening. And, it's just so crazy to me how all this shit is happening, but Boruto, like, he has no clue what the fuck is going on until Momoshiki actually revealed the plan. It was just so incredible to me how, like, someone like Ida has such a god-like ability. Like, ability like this is absurd. Because, like even someone like Shinzu Uchiha, he had a very OP ability. But the thing about it is, he needs the Sharingan, the time limit, and it can only be done with a certain amount of people. Like you actually have to look at them, and it's not like that move is unbeatable. I mean, there are certain ways to break out of it if you're careful, but for Ida's ability, there seems like there's no time limit. There seems like, well, I mean, the only drawback that she cannot control it, but that's not that's not that bad of a trade off considering the other amount of abilities that she has. So for that ability to also be in her back pocket, that is insane to me. Because I can't even imagine how someone as strong as Shibai Osuki would be if he was still in the living world and actually, residing on planet Earth. I would be so fascinated to see what the capabilities of his powers are. And for someone like Ida, it's like damn, it still blows my mind how cold she is. Like she threw Boruto to the wind like he was trash. He doesn't. They like apparently like Ida or Kawaki. They don't care. They don't give a damn about Boruto connection with Naruto. They don't give a damn about their interaction with Boruto. Like they're just throwing all of that to the side, and it's all about Kawaki fulfilling his own selfish desires, and Ida, promoting that selfish desire of Kawaki's, and it's just so baffling to me to how Kawaki's still going on about protecting Naruto when you're doing such a extreme take and in such an extreme manner that it's just astonishing that he's going this far. I do love though that Momoshiki actually, he's reveling in this. That the fact that that he has to live with the fact that everybody thinks that he killed his own father. Is similar to today's episode in the anime where Momoshiki was reveling in the fact that he's using Boruto's body to kill his own father. So it kind of mirrors each other in a way, and I kind of like that. And it was just so crazy to me how everyone. Boruto and Sakura, they're both confused what the fuck is going on, and it was just so incredible to me seeing how all this is happening, and both of them obviously seem confused why Mitsuki is attacking Boruto. Mitsuki is pissed. I mean, he is pissed, and I'm surprised that when I believe there was a scene where they think Kawaki has he was the one who got the ice card, not Boruto. So it really makes me wonder what Kawaki looks like in their eyes. I would want to see the perspective. I would want to see the view of Kawaki from their point of view. I would be very interested to see that. And the thing about it is, with Kawaki, I find it very interesting. At the very last moment, Armando mentioned that he had a shutdown code similar to with Delta. I didn't expect that at all, but I feel like it was too late too soon. Like, it's like now you revealed this, and it was just so crazy to me that Shikamaru just shut that down. Because the thing about it is, like, why would you shut the idea of having Armando help you shut this down? Because the thing about it is, like, with someone like Armando, like, yeah, he doesn't have the best interest in heart when it comes to the village. But the thing about Armando is, like, I mean, it's a temporary solution for Kawaki to have some use in fighting Naruto Hinata, because if Kawaki was to die here and now, I don't think Boruto would be able to find Naruto Hinata on his own. Even if he is able to own portal, I just don't see it, and I do think they would have to keep Kawaki alive to figure out the actual location, and they can't just scramble around looking for Naruto. That's just not gonna happen. And so I think that was a stupid move for Shikamaru, because Kawaki obviously knows where they are. So what's the point in killing Kawaki if you're trying to look for Naruto and Hinata? It doesn't make no sense to me. And it's just so crazy to me that he rejected that. Like Shikamaru is such a smart person, but in that instance of a scene, he was kind of stupid in my opinion. But regardless, I'm getting off the rant. Well, I will say with Boruto, I do find it interesting how he's going to be able to deal with this whole situation. Okay, it's clearly obvious, like, he's going to have to run away. I see a lot of people saying he's going to have to team up with Code, and if that's the case, that's going to be very interesting. Seeing how Boruto could have had to, and later on, attack his own village, that would be crazy. That would be such a crazy concept, is such a crazy idea. Obviously, the battle in Konoha happened in the time skip, but we just don't know how it actually occurred. I'm actually very curious to see how it will all unfold, because Boruto, he is such a damn tragic character. Like, I feel sad for him, Naruto, and especially Hima, because Hima, she has to think that a psychopath is her brother, and she has to think that her father and her mother is dead. So I mean, and he has to think that her actual brother is the one who killed her father. Like, that is such a fucked up thought to have for someone who's like what, like 10, 9, what, however old she is. Like, that's such a fucked up thought process to even have at the birthplace that I actually feel so sorry for all of them. But regardless, I think this was a great chapter. I think it was very interesting to see the development. Boruto's mentality is starting to go down the shitter, and I can't even blame you after all of this. It's just a great chapter in my opinion. I would love to know your thoughts on all of the crazy shenanigans that happened in the chapter. But with that being said, I'll see you guys on the next one.